If things aren't working, how do you not change them?
Get that stuff out of here! It's Southwest Bias!
Welcome into Southwest Bias, brought to you by our friends at the Husband and Wife Law Team. If you've had a serious injury, call the Husband and Wife Law Team first at 602-783-8841 or visit their website at husbandandwifelawteam.com. And no, bad sports teams don't count as a serious injury. Plus, we are live from Circle K. I got the point right today. You can see the sign behind me. We are live from Studio K, brought to you by our friends at Circle K. Become an Inner Circle member today. I am somebody that screws up a lot in my life, and I'll be the first one to admit it. I'm also somebody that tends to not fix it real well initially. And what I start to learn is if you continue to make the same mistake over and over again, it's on you. And you might be a little crazy for it. I own it. I'm a little crazy. But I'm starting to wonder if Drew Petzing might be in the same way I am after he said this yesterday.
Absolutely. I mean, there's things that guys have done well, that we've done well as an offense, that you're going to continue to emphasize. I know we've talked about it in here. I don't think the offense is going to change one way or the other dramatically.
I don't think the offense is going to change one way or the other dramatically. If this offense doesn't change, neither will the record. The 14-27 since Petzing rolled into town. They have a chance to fall to 2-6 in a season where people thought this was a playoff contender. If you do not change, you will not get different results. And I don't know. I want to pull out my hair at this point, listening to them say that they're not going to change this offense. Because this offense doesn't work when Kyler Murray has played. It hasn't worked. It didn't really work all that well with Jacoby Brissett either. Why are you not going to change? Good coaches change depending on the situation. Good coaches move their system when necessary to fit the players that are available. Once I feel like James Conner went down, this offense went down too. They disappeared because that was Drew Petzing's crutch. That was the thing that they did well. And now he doesn't have that. And now they haven't changed. And Kyler Murray comes back and he's 9-0 at AT&T Stadium. Jerry World. I was told I said that wrong the other day. Apparently it's Jerry World. I don't care what it's called. It's a place that Kyler Murray has dominated, but I'm not sure that that's going to be the same now because this offense isn't the kind of offense that plays to his strengths. And you are not making a change. And then Jonathan Gannon today said there's a couple things that you can do in a situation where things aren't going great for you. And one of those things is hide the problem. The other thing is double down on what you're doing well. You can't hide your entire offense. I mean, you'd like to, I think, but that's not the case. You can't. I mean, let's take a look at where they rank. This includes all levels of things here. Second in total yards per game, 23rd in total passing yards per game, 20th in rushing yards per game, 19th in points per game. I believe that points per game, though, may include some of the defensive points that they scored, not just the offensive points. And I'm sorry, what are you going to double down on here? You're not good at anything. And the rushing yards per game, okay. maybe you go, oh, rushing is what we're good. You're down to Bam Knight playing running back. You cut Michael Carter. You're in a desperation situation when it comes to running. What are you going to double down on? And I don't know what you can hide at this point either, because nothing seems to be clicking. Now, Drew Petzing's an NFL coach. Jonathan Gannon's an NFL coach. I'm a guy that sits behind a mic at a wooden desk and pontificates for a living. So maybe they see something that I don't. Maybe the hours of film that they watch show them what's working. But the blind eye test doesn't seem to show us anything that makes me feel like they have anything to double down on here. They're going to be in trouble if they only score 21 points against this Cowboys team on Monday night. The Cowboys have the second most touchdowns in the NFL offensively this season. They are going to put points on the board at home. And if your offense is the tiny violin at a knife fight that it has been all year, you're not going to be able to win this game. So if it's more of the same, if there aren't wrinkles, if you aren't trying things with Kyler Murray, and it sounds like Kyler is going to be the guy that plays on Monday, you are going to be in trouble. Because if you continue to double down on what doesn't work, you're going to continue to lose football games. And I do not understand the mindset whatsoever. I really do not understand the mindset. Because for 3 years now, it hasn't worked. So why are you going to stick with it? I feel like a broken record. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills over here. Because we've said this for weeks now. And every time they step to the mic, in particular Drew Petzing, we get some version of we're not going to change anything. At first, I thought they were playing coy. I thought, oh, well, they're just saying this because it's the media and you don't give away what you have. You don't tip your hand. But then we've seen it over and over and over again. So why am I supposed to not take you at face value now? You're not going to change. And the results aren't going to change. But maybe that's just my Southwest bias. We welcome in a temporary mustache behind the Mac, a man that makes the sweet, sweet music of the production side of things for the Cardinals show. It's Noah. Noah, how are you today?
Oh, I'm wonderful. How are you, my friend?
I could be better. I had a great day yesterday. It was my daughter's birthday, like I mentioned on the program, which was why I was in the walk-in closet of a studio at home. So I had a great day, spent time with her, spent time with my wife. It was a quality day with family, and I tried not to let certain things bring me down. Suns didn't really, but the Cardinals, hearing this quote on my off day or my work from home day, it hurt my head. You're around the Cardinals guys constantly. You've been out there. Does this boggle your mind too? You're a guy that suffered through Detroit Lions football for years before they got good. Does this hurt your head?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I understand the coach speak to an extent, but there are certain times where you can be candid and be like, you know what? This offense really hasn't been great, and it played way different with Jacoby behind center. And yes, we will make adjustments because these are two way different players. You can say that and be like, okay, cool. And you're not giving anything away to other teams. You're still being pretty vague, but you don't have to be like, nothing's going to change.
Yeah. Oh, we haven't seen, we haven't put Kyler in the best position to succeed at times. We're going to make some slight adjustments to what we're doing because we know that the scheme can get better, or, hey, look, we didn't adjust enough after James Conner went down. So we looked at it in the bye week. We're going to do some things differently. Like anything other than the status quo. And you can go, all right, I can get behind that a little bit, but giving me the same exact thing. Hello said, maybe it's not your Southwest bias. Maybe you are in a bad relationship you refuse to get out of. Maybe I am. Maybe I have been in this with the Cardinals and Arizona sports, but I kind of tied myself to it by choosing this job. So I don't think I'm getting out anytime soon. I'll say that for it as well. I don't see a path where this starts to make more sense at any point, Noah. I don't. I think this is what we're going to deal with for the rest of the season. I'd love to be pleasantly surprised. I'd love for this offense to magically click in Dallas, and all of a sudden they run off, 7 wins, and we're sitting here going, man, we were stupid when they were 2-5. They're 9-5 now. Everything's fine. But guess what? I can't live in a fantasy world. I wish I could.
Yeah, especially when their strength of schedule, I think, is going forward is the hardest in the NFL.
Yep.
Which, that's a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, and you've created apathy with your fan base, and now a lot of those home games feel like road games when teams like the Packers come to town. These are all problems, and I don't know that you can fix them. And I wish you could, and I hope they do, because I genuinely like Jonathan Gannon, the person. I think that Jonathan Gannon, the coach, is showing flashes, especially on the defensive side of the ball, that give you hope. But, I don't know. Monty Ossenford, I don't know if there's a rabbit he can pull out of his hat before Tuesday's trade deadline. I don't think so. Maybe you find a running back that can help you and changes the dynamic offensively, but a lot of question marks, and I'm not sure there's going to be many answers that come along with it. The other question mark in town is the Phoenix Suns. I'm doing post games now on PHNX Suns, so I get to talk about it in the moment. But what I want to do is that morning after here, maybe get some sleep, wake up with a fresh approach and looking at it. I didn't feel too bad last night about the loss. I still don't this morning, but I feel like they're making far too many mental mistakes that will kill this team in the long run. 37 points off of turnovers they gave up last night to the Grizzlies. 15 of those came in the fourth quarter. They are ranking very poorly when it comes to number of points they're giving up off of turnovers. This team is not talented enough to win while making mistakes. And if you're going to make the kind of mistakes that hurt you literally in terms of giving away free points, it doesn't matter how good your defense plays. It doesn't matter if Devin Booker scores 19 points in the fourth quarter. You can't overcome that. And this is where, younger team, new team together, you're 5 games in, you got to give a little bit of grace with that. You got to see, okay, maybe it's 20 games. Are you seeing these same kind of mistakes? But man, they could easily be 3-2 if they didn't make these mental mistakes, if they did not have these little things that are going wrong. And that should give hope. That should. It also causes a great amount of frustration, because when you lose close games, that is going to breed frustration. And I don't think I appreciated that enough with the fans last night. I think I got a little too Pollyannic with it, but I'm not going to overreact yet. There's a chance they can clean this up. We have not seen Jalen Green out there for this team. Obviously, Dylan Brooks has been out as well. Devin Booker, though, needs to pick it up in the first half. He's shooting 34%, 14 of 41 in first halves. It's not going to get it done. I don't care that you're shooting 58.5% in the second half. First half is where you can punch a team in the mouth and set the tone. And if you're not doing that, I think this is going to be an extremely difficult year. He has 4 30-point games. That's great. I just need to see him pick up that shooting percentage in the first half. But we will see. They get another crack at it tomorrow night against the Jazz again in the first NBA Emirates Cup game for them, or Emirates NBA. Who the hell cares? I do not care who you sold the naming rights to or what you're naming it. It's a regular season game that they give an ugly trophy out for in December. and some teams like the Lakers choose to hang a cheesy-ass banner. That is what we're talking about with that. But tomorrow night, 6:30 pregame, postgame, following game, and a watch-along. Myself, Eric Ruby, and Stephen Prigion Garner will be there. I love saying Stephen's last name, so you can follow us there. Thank you to all the bias in the chat. Shaft, JD, hello, Deborah, my wife Tracy, Andrew, that's a new name I haven't seen here in the chat for a while. So thank you all to the bias in the chat. Hit that like button. If you are not already a Supporters Club member, why aren't you? Join today. There's the link in the bio, or if you're watching on your desktop, there's a nice join button there. You can get custom emojis, exclusive content, and so much more. It's true sicko level stuff, as the graphic told me to say. So become a Supporter Club member today and get that badge. On the other side of the break, it is a Thursday, and we're bringing back Throwdown Thursday because Derek Montilla, the mayor, needs to be put in his place right after this. Always happy to tell you about our friends at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. You do you at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. And the other day, we went out there for a son's watch party, and I got to tell you, they upgraded their menu, and I'm loving the new food out there at Wild Horse Pass in the sports bar. You're going to enjoy it, but it's not just that. They have all sorts of great dining options, including one of the best steakhouses in the valley with amazing views. Prime Schuler's Steakhouse. You're going to want to check that out. All sorts of great dining options, 4,500 live games and slot machines on the floor, the biggest sports book in Arizona. Plus, they got 4 locations around the valley: Wild Horse Pass, Lone Butte, Vequiva, and Santan Mountain. So wherever you are, there is an option to get your gaming on. Go big and go home a winner. From upscale to approachable, classy to casual, from bar to bar none, their selection of dining options and good taste are there for you. So you do you at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Play at Gila.com for more details. And branded bills, I wear them every day. You see it on my head. You see it on the desk. And I'm not doing it because they're paying us money. I'm doing it because these hats are comfortable as hell. I love hats. I own plenty of them. And you're not going to get a better hat than what they offer at Branded Bills. Plus, they're stylish. You're going to look good and feel good while wearing their hats. So I highly recommend that you go there. And if you are looking for custom headwear or apparel for a fantasy team, for your business, for whatever you're looking for, they got hats and apparel that you can customize there too. And I said, I'm a man of the people, Branded Bills. What kind of discount can you give me? They said, how about 10% for your viewers? I said, nah, we're going 15. And they said, you know what, Espo? We love you more than we love Derek, so we're going to give you that 15% off. So visit brandedbills.com today. Use that promo code BBPHNX for 15% off your first order. Up. I think it's that time. I think I hear the music. I think it's time for a little Throwdown Thursday with my guy, Derek Montilla, the mayor, if he actually wants to, come in here. Come on, Derek. It's okay. We got a temporary producer, so we don't have the usual music in there that we usually have. So just slide your ass in here and get ready for your beat down.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Good to be here.
Hi. Oh, you're giving Cookie Monster a little kiss.
I like
there.
him.
All right.
I like him.
All right.
All right.
Don't get too close to him. All right. Noah, you're new to the game. It's simple. You ask us 3 questions. We each get a minute apiece to answer them. Then the people, the biased in the chat, vote. And they vote me a winner.
Hi, Tracy.
Yeah, my wife's in there. Do you know, Noah, what happened one of these times? It came down to 1 vote. I'm 4-1
She's my
Okay.
on
biggest
this.
fan.
My wife was
She's
the
a
1 vote that
tremendous
threw it to
person.
Derek for his 1 win.
Wow.
One of
Wow.
the
Pity.
best people I've ever met
Pity
in my
vote.
whole life.
Elite.
Pity vote.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into this, Noah. What's our first topic?
All
Hi,
right.
Deborah.
First topic today. How much longer will 6'7" be relevant, or is it already dead?
Derek, you can start.
Can you give it to me one more time, Noah?
How much longer will 6'7" be relevant,
Oh,
or is
God.
it already dead?
Oh my
Being
God.
kind to you threw you off your game. Huh?
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm so sick of hearing 6'7" because I have a 14-year-old, so I feel like I'm an expert in this. Are we ready to do this? Let's do
go
this.
ahead.
Okay, so yeah, 6'7" is one of the dumbest things ever. I know we all have done dumb things as children, but to answer the question, I'm afraid it has not run its course yet. Recently, a video was posted where a group of individuals were in an In-N-Out, and they were all very excited for them to finally announce, yes, you guessed it, order number 67. But of course, they had to announce it as 6'7", and the crowd lost their mind. I don't see this dumb trend slowing down at all, despite the fact that South Park has already made an episode making fun of it. Usually when that time comes and goes, we've already seen this trend run its course. But no, that's not the case here. For those of you that don't understand, it's a song. It's a dumb song. It's a dumb thing that the kids do. And I can't even tell you how annoyed it is. I have a 14-year-old, so I have to look at her sometimes and say, I'm going to pick you up sometimes between 6 and 7. And she loses her mind about it. And I can't stand it. So with how annoying it is to adults and how much the children love it, I can't see it's running its course yet. People Espo's age haven't even grabbed onto it yet. That phase, that wave is still coming.
You're older. You're closer
I
to
know,
67
I
than
know,
I am.
I definitely am. That's what I'm saying. I am above it all, but I will go ahead and concede to you, sir.
I am very angry that happened at an In-N-Out, because in my day, the only number that started with 6 that you actually made a sound at in In-N-Out was when they said 69 was
Rightfully
the order
so.
number.
Rightfully
But
so.
you know what? I think this is going to run its course. And I think it's going to run its course soon, because I got a 9-year-old. Yeah, she turned 9 yesterday.
Oh, no.
She thinks it's stupid.
Oh,
okay, so
good.
when the younger kids are already at the point where they think it's stupid, I think this phase and this fad is going to die out. This is like On Fleek. It's like all these things that we have heard over the last handful of years. The attention span of kids is so short, and of adults like myself now, that I do not think that they can wait to get on to the next thing. There will be something on TikTok that takes this over very shortly, because you know what? 6'7". Nobody's going to care soon. Nobody's going to care soon. I do not think that this is a long-lasting fad that's going to hang tough for a while. I think this will be gone soon. This is a short-lived thing.
Poor Schaff is 6'7". That's something he's going to have to deal with for the rest of his life.
No, I think he's 67.
That too?
I think, and
yikes, that only lasts a year though. The height thing, that's not going away. Also, Hello's very right. The music impact on it, that's scary, because I still have people that need to quote that song about Jenny and her phone number, and it's been a long time.
Yeah, but
so.
it's not kids dropping that constantly. It's when the song happens.
Yeah.
All right, this fad will die. So, Noah, what's topic number 2?
Topic number 2. Does the addition of Jalen Green into the starting lineup make the Suns a potential playoff candidate?
The simple answer is no. It makes them a play-in candidate. It makes them a better team offensively. It helps Devin Booker not have to carry the load. So hopefully he can play a little bit better in first halves, and that the defense overall gets better there. It makes the bench better, because you get to move Grayson Allen back to the bench and gives you a little bit more scoring. But this does not make them a playoff team. It makes them better. It puts them maybe in contention to for that 10th seed and make some noise. But this is not going to be the cure-all. This is more of a panacea than an actual drug that's going to fix everything for you. There is no miracle drug this season. The Suns are going to win 35, 38 games at the peak of things, and we have to accept that and be all right with it. This is a bridge year. You want to see Jalen Green grow. You want to see him play. You want to see him do the things that he does so well and show a propensity to shoot a little bit better, and look at how can you grow as a team this year, and what can you do in subsequent years because of the foundation you lay this year.
I have no choice but to take the opposite position.
I mean, you could
here,
take the same one as me.
I am going to take the opposite position regardless of what you have to say, because even though it seems far-fetched, I will say that this Suns team is different. That's something he can definitely agree to. This team fights. This team is scrappy. This team is not losing games by 40 points and not giving a crap once the third quarter comes around and they get blown out, right? This team, unfortunately, has been heartbreaking. That's one thing I tweeted about earlier today where I said it was almost easier. I almost wish they were the 40 points losses because those were easier to take and just say your team sucks. I can't justify to people that this team doesn't suck, but I don't think this team sucks. I actually think this team is quite good. I think that they've come together. They're a new team. They have to grow, but I think Jalen Green is that missing component. I mean, when you talk about how close these losses have been, you feel like if the Suns had that additional scorer, that they would have won these games. Maybe not all of them, but you feel like this is a different team with Green in the lineup, and that feels like the one thing that has been missing, right? So I don't know. Maybe I'm just coping here with the general, idea that I can't watch this team be awful all year long. I can't watch this team only win 30 games. I don't think that they're only going to win 30 games. I think that once Green factors in and they figure out a way to come together as a team, I think this team could win a lot of games. And so far, I think they've shown the right kind of fight, a fight we didn't see in this team, I don't think, in one game all last season. So I think that's something that I think we can all have a little hope in.
Yeah, the only team that sucks here is the mayoral team at PHNX right now. So
I'm taking a lot of hits and I'm fine with it because I'm during the off season.
Are you gonna throw?
No, my spirit is broken by Major League Baseball. Are you kidding me? I watched the Arizona Diamondbacks play 162 games. The fight is dead inside of me.
I mean, and now you're gonna make me feel bad. The whole thing is we're supposed to fight each other here.
I can't tell you. I have nothing left.
Do you need a hug?
No,
Okay.
no. That's why I came in here and gave him a kiss.
Right.
I just needed to feel friendship for a moment.
What's the third topic?
What else we got?
All right, question. This is more like question 2.5, really.
Okay.
And this is one that I'm personally going to pick the winner for.
Okay.
All right. Why is Noah the best employee at PHNX?
I will go ahead and take this one first, obviously. I have called Noah a lot of questionable nicknames, including the resident weirdo around here. And that is because Noah is a delight. Noah, no matter how good or bad things are for him, is unflappable. Even when his Detroit Tigers lost in the postseason, he didn't care. He wasn't moping around the office like Shane was. The next day, he was just up and at him. And I was like, how are you like this? And he said, Detroit sports. It's hardened him, right? But when I also say resident weirdo, it's because there is rarely a time where I come into this office or leave this office where Noah isn't already here. It's almost spooky. I have my concerns. I would like to check the videotape to see if he even leaves at night. I know he said that he has to leave at night, but no, there's no one here to monitor his behavior. I think he curls up on that couch with our snake Jesse Jr. and has himself a nap before getting up in the morning and cutting more clips and shorts. That is why Noah is the best employee at PHNX, quite frankly, because he is the most hardworking, beautiful, handsome, level-headed person that works in this entire office, quite frankly.
I'm going to have to ask Jesse Jr. if he needs to file an HR report. Apparently, Noah isn't the best employee at PHNX. He isn't, and that's just the truth. He's the best person at PHNX. This man came in humble, said, you know what? I come from the lowly streets, the hard, mean streets of Detroit, and I am just here to try to make a better life for myself and a better sports network for the fans of Phoenix. And that is what he's done. Not only has he done that, he said, you know what? I saw Shane's mustache game, and I want to up the entire mustache game of this company. And then he said, you know what? It's not just that. I want to up the production value of this place. And all Noah has done is put his blood, sweat, and tears into it. He's helped turn the Cardinals show into the #1 show in the Valley, not just here at the network. And he said, you know what? I am a man of the people. I am here to help you all, and I am humble. I do not need to be called the best employee. That's why he's the best man at PHNX.
I tuned
Wow.
in after a while.
Wow. Wow. Thank you.
That's not what you said.
I'm gonna listen to this clip every morning.
Oh man, we gave him like way too much here. I think.
Hello asked, why am I watching softcore butt kissing? This is hardcore butt kissing. Thank you very much. Hello.
Oh man. Well, we
Perfect.
Noah, can we put the poll in for the people to vote, and then you can tell us who won in your mind on that third question?
Yes. Do you want the second part of?
Oh, there's a second part.
Yeah,
Sure, let's go
this,
second part.
This one's a little bit more serious. What is the main thing the Diamondbacks need to address this offseason?
They need to hire a Noah to make them. No, the main thing, getting healthy. I mean, this team is severely injured still. They've got a lot of issues on that front. They can't go spend wildly because they have a lot already invested in guys that are going to have to figure it out. I think you invest a little bit in the bullpen, you find another starting pitcher, and you trust that your offense is going to continue to grow. And some of these young guys like Jordan Lawler are going to find their way when it comes to major league hitting and will solidify that offense. This is going to be a tough slog for the Diamondbacks, but if there is a group and a manager that I think can get the most out of guys when maybe it's not the most talented roster due to injuries, I think it's Torey Lovullo. I don't think there's a huge amount that they can do, but I think the little things on the margin will make a big difference for the D-backs.
Pitching. That's it, quite frankly. The Diamondbacks ranked in top 5 for offense last year, and I think that with the core of Perdomo, Marte, and Corbin Carroll, you are kind of fine. Like, there are still weaknesses. There's still, spots in their lineup that they need to fill and figure out. But you do have Jordan Lawler, as Espo mentioned. You also have Blaze Alexander, who has really just come along to become an incredible defender and at times a really hot hitter. But pitching, as we are seeing right now, is what is the reason why the Blue Jays and the Dodgers are in the World Series. Trey Savage, being as young as he is coming in and having the World Series he has, once again reiterates how important pitching is. He is dominating one of the best lineups in baseball, and it's all because of how good his stuff is and how unique his pitches are. The Diamondbacks need to do a better job at finding pitching. A big part of that is going to be developing their young pitchers that they have. It can't all come from free agency or trades, and quite frankly, they don't have a lot of money to spend. The money they do have to spend needs to go towards pitching, quite frankly. And they don't even have a first baseman really right now, so they are in shambles really when it comes to their needs. But I think that their young minor league players and other players that they can call up can definitely fill some of those gaps, but they don't have enough pitching anywhere, minor leagues, major leagues at all, for the 2026 season.
I have to tip my cap to that one. I know I give you a lot of hard time on this, but I tip my cap to you. That was probably the most succinct way to explain what they needed.
All right. Well, what do we
now
got?
I'm making you uncomfortable here.
Yeah, I don't like this either. Go back to saying mean things about me.
Put the poll in the
weird,
chat so Derek can lose and we can let him get on to the D-backs. And then you can tell us who you thought won your question about you as well. Who sandbagged the best?
I don't know. I think I'm going to have to go with Derek on that one.
Boom!
You guys both sandbagged me pretty good, but I'm going to give Derek the edge.
I needed that today.
Just remember who determines raises. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, no.
Actually,
You made a great mistake.
I
still won't forgive the intern for giving me the decisive vote the other week. So
that's your.
I'm very angry with her.
That's your boss, Shane, that makes that decision nowadays. What does the poll say? Let's close it. Let's name a winner here. Drum roll, please. Who is it?
All right. The poll has officially ended. And with a score of 56% on 9 votes, Espo took the
always
win.
again.
Wait,
doesn't your vote count? Did you vote? Are you part of that?
You still lose.
It's such a sham.
It is.
This whole thing is a sham.
That's the whole point.
I just want to throw a chair. God.
That's another edition of Southwest Bias in the books. A big thank you, and I sincerely mean this, to Derek Montilla. He may be my punching bag on Throwdown Thursday, but he does a hell of a lot of great work over on PHNX Diamondbacks. Check him out today at noon and almost every day at noon, unless he decides to subject himself to a playoff baseball watch along. A big thank you to the mustache behind the Mac, the temporary mustache. It is Noah, and thank you to me, because I do this for you, the people, and I enjoy it. You can follow me at Espo. You can follow the show at PHNX_sports. Thank you to the bias in the chat. And remember, it's rough out there on those Phoenix streets. It's making Noah feel better about Detroit. Ahoy, hoy.
We all silly like the mayor.